Cześć, witamy w kolejnym odcinku Netshare videocast, tym razem prosto z Barcelony.
To właśnie w słonecznej Barcelonie odbywa się kongres organizowany przez IAB Europa.
To już czwarta konferencja z tej serii. Co roku w innym europejskim mieście zbierają się najwięksi eksperci i dyskutują o największych problemach i o przyszłości branży internetowej. Najważniejszym punktem pierwszego dnia konferencji była prezentacja wyników AdEx 2009.
AdEx dostarcza niezbędnych statystyk dla branży internetowej. Porównuje i zestawia różne kraje europejskie oraz pokazuje, w jaki sposób zmienia się branża internetowa.
Reklama internetowa w Europie w 2009 roku wzrosła o 4,5%. Warto podkreślić, że jeśli chodzi o dynamikę wzrostu, Polska była na trzecim miejscu, 13% wzrostu.
Przeprowadziliśmy wywiady z twórcami tego raportu. Zobaczcie nasze materiały.
So I'm Catherine Burrell. I'm the head of research for IAB Europe, and I've been working for IAB Europe for about 5 years now. Yes, of course. It's the fourth year we've run the AdEx report. The first year we did it was back in 2006. We started off with 12 countries contributing data. We now have 23 countries contributing data from across the European region. The reasoning behind the report is to generate numbers about the online advertising spend across the region that are justifiably comparable country by country. So we're interested in publishing data that we can use to promote the market. So we use the AdEx data for two key reasons. One is traditionally to show it to the advertisers, to show them that online advertising is no longer an emerging trend. We have a significant stake in the overall advertising spend across the region. The other point is for regulation and to talk to those who are involved in regulation, to explain to them really quite how valuable this industry is, and therefore how careful and how wary they have to be if they want to change any of the rules around it. So we are talking gross figures, overall actual money spent on online advertising across three key formats. One is search, one is display, and one is classifieds and directories. There is no value in that data being broken down by individual company. It's about the industry standing together as a whole and saying to the outside world, this is how much we're worth. So that's why we're not highlighting any one company within the report, because it doesn't add value to the report at this stage, where we want to inform the marketers and we want to inform the advertisers. This is my next task, and actually that task will start next week probably, which will involve going back to the national IBs and talking to them about how the markets are changing in their countries and how their reports are going to change as a consequence of that, and what we'd really like to arrange at this point, and if we do that it will be the first time we've ever been in a position to do this, is to have the IBs talking to each other as they make these important decisions about their own studies. Because of course the IAB Europe AdEx report compiles the numbers that the national IBs publish. So if they don't have it, we can't work with it. So if we can get them to talk to each other about how they want this study to move, which direction they want it to progress in this market, if we could get them all vaguely progressing in the same direction, my life will be a lot easier, number one, and number two, we will have an opportunity potentially to delve down further into the data because there will be more countries that have data points in common. Oh, well, the Polish market is still showing strong growth. I think you're around the 18%, no, sorry, 18% market share. So really moving into a mature mold in terms of the share that online is taking of overall ad spend. So I think in terms of for the Polish market, it's a breakthrough year.
W dzisiejszym odcinku mamy dla Was konkurs. Do wygrania są 3 książki The Conversation Manager.
Pytanie jest związane z platformą reklamową Netshare, która w tej chwili ma drugi zasięg wśród sieci reklamowych. Pytanie, jaki to zasięg?
Wygrywają 3 pierwsze prawidłowe odpowiedzi wysłane na naszego maila videocast@netshare.pl. Czekamy na Wasze zgłoszenia. Konferencja Interact Kongres dobiegła końca. O podsumowanie poprosiliśmy szefa europejskiego oddziału IAB.
Spytaliśmy się go również o to, jak polska reklama w internecie wygląda na tle reszty Europy. Zobaczcie materiał.
I'm Alan Hörer. I'm the president and CEO of IAB Europe. IAB Europe is the central organization from 26 national IABs in Europe and from 26 corporate members, all joining the European table to protect, promote and prove the value of digital marketing. The aim of Interact Congress is not to be another congress because my 26 national IABs, they're doing great congresses at national level. So in Germany or in Norway or in Spain you have fantastic local congresses. What we wanted to create 4 years ago was every year one single meeting point for the European industry. Means that everybody here in the room, I hope one day, we are now 300 people, but I hope one day 500, I would try to have 500 people, but maybe from 20 to 25 different nationalities, joining and coming together and talking about how to drive further the European digital marketing industry and not the local one. The local is already dealt at local level. We are talking about the European level, and that's why we created Interact. It's the 4th edition, and when I see who's there, I think that more and more the captains of the industry are joining here, the opinion leaders, and that's what we need. I really do hope, and when we see the first quarters, I think it's achievable that we can go back to a double-digit growth. So reach over the point of 10% back again as an average for Europe. I think that's achievable, and it will depend, of course, on the situation, the economics, the global market economics. We're still suffering. There is still recession. We've all been hit by the situation in Greece and potentially in Spain and Portugal and other countries. But I still think that on the advertising level, I think digital advertising will gain market share again in 2010, 11, and I think we can go back to the double-digit growth. In general, I think Poland has been very inspiring for me personally, because I think that UK, Germany, France, Spain and Italy delivered quite well. It was expected that they would be important markets. I was 4 years ago very amazed about the Dutch markets because they did really good. The Netherlands did for years something quite exceptional, and then the new in class suddenly was Poland, and for me it was amazing how rapidly they grow on all the elements, on the maturity of the market, the number of players, the internet penetration, the broadband, the advertising campaigns, the creativity, agencies, media owners. I saw suddenly like an entire new world, and to recognize that, we will bring out in September some new regional reports, and one of the regional reports will be the top 7 markets in Europe. And the top 7 will be the top 5 plus Turkey and Poland, because I think that Turkey and Poland are certainly to be considered as the driving forces of digital marketing.
To wszystko z tegorocznego Interact Kongres w Barcelonie. Przypominam o konkursie do wygrania 3 książki.
Wszystkie wywiady zobaczycie na naszym kanale w serwisie YouTube. Tymczasem żegnamy się z pełnej słońca Barcelony i do zobaczenia za 2 tygodnie.